Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach, and I want to ask you a question. Have you ever struggled with not knowing when to let go of a friends with benefits? Wow, even just saying that kind of makes me laugh because, it's a kind of a weird topic, right? Because going through this world, we will be single sometimes, and we maybe get impatient with finding the right person, or we give up on finding the right person, or that's our philosophy at one point, to maybe just have fun and hook up with somebody. That's just the reality of it. We're living in a time where this is not a controversial reality. It's at least not in our inner circles. Maybe just controversial in the conservative conversations that we have in our professional landscapes. Well, I know I have myself had that to work through. And the thing is that I know for me, for example, when I delved into that world, I had just come out of a 6-year relationship, and I didn't want to not be intimate with somebody. I was okay with letting go of the 6-year relationship. It was like my high school sweetheart, and I felt like, I felt I already knew all there was to know about a relationship, and I wasn't about to just go delve into another one, another 5-10 year relationship or something like that. I said, you know what, let me just have fun with life. Let me just enjoy being single, and that's where the friends with benefits sort of came to be, right? There's this detachment that we want to have, where we have complete closeness, but also do whatever we want without any conversations or any I want you to do this, or there's this cohesive relationship where the people feel like they actually need to consider each other. You could say that. I think that's one of the biggest things, the draws to the friends with benefits relationship, is two people come together on the most intimate level, yet they don't really care about each other. I had one friend recently say, well, when do we cut this off? I had another friend that said, Jacob, maybe you've never had a friends with benefits relationship, because I've been single for 2 years. I meditate. So people start kind of assuming that I've always been this celibate or this, very tranquil person. When in reality, I became this tranquil because of the chaos that can sometimes happen with friends with benefits. So it's kind of like I'm like looking you right in the face. What's on the back end of of going through the chaos of friends with benefits. I went through my stuff where it was, I met a person and she was great at first, and it was amazing chemistry, dancing at the nightclubs, drinking some alcohol on the weekends, dancing in the apartments, just staying up late, joking, watching TV. Everything that is, this friends with benefits concept. Even, dating and everything that is that too. Doesn't mean you're only exclusively meeting with them on that. So it's like this quasi middle ground sometimes between dating, no commitment, and intimacy. So that's really what the friends with benefits thing is. And well, with time, believe it or not, I've seen that what happens often is that what started out with no strings attached later becomes a relationship so often. Because in my personal experience, what tends to happen is these relationships start out as very non-detached, non-committal, and then with emotions, while the emotions start coming in, see, our body is designed to sync with somebody when we share our body with them. Without that primal synchronicity, that syncing, you could say on some level you're kind of broken on some level, because why is it that you have so much time? Why is it that you're sharing your body, your soul on some level, and you're not even connecting? You're not connecting at all. So the chance that you are connecting with the friends with benefits is high. It's going to come up higher as the time goes on. Then, at least for one of the people, maybe not for you, but for one of the people in the relationship, usually somebody's going to catch feelings. And it's said that there is no such thing as no strings attached sex. There's always strings attached. And I think if you understand that going in, first and foremost, into any friends with benefit relationship, that you'll be better suited to understand that regardless of what you think, regardless of what you both say, the chances are not on your favor that that's actually what's going to pan out. One of my friends used to always say, no plan survives its first attack, and he was from the military. So just because you have that plan, do not be shocked at all. That is not actually what occurs. So when do you actually, well, to finish up, basically, that's what happened. I got into a relationship with this person eventually, and it ended up being sometimes the most blissful, the most amazing, comforting, fun times, and sometimes it ended up being, just shy of hell on earth. So we separated about 2 years ago, and to this day, at this current state, we are now, we could say, amicable friends. If I really needed something, or I needed to talk to somebody, or I really needed to reach out to a friend, I could reach out to this person. That started out as a lack relationship, and I can now tell you from my experiences what are the key factors as to when to just cut it off. And you could take these and just sort of refer back to this video, because usually what happens is you're not going to just see this video one time or hear somebody speak like this and you're going to be ready to. Again, there's so much anchored into the human psyche and our physical self, our spiritual self, that if you are engaging with sex, especially unprotected sex with somebody, the chances of you being able to walk away just because you think it's best intellectually, again, there's really no such thing as no strings attached sex, which is one of the reasons that I've been single and celibate for about 2 years, because I wanted to stop having these strings influence my life so much, okay? So now, 2 years looking back, I'd say that I have so much peace. I've not had an argument with anybody about, are you cheating? Are you jealous? Or things like this. I've just had a lot of ability to focus. And finally in my life, for the first time, I'm seeing so much growth in the areas that are truly of the utmost highest priority to me, because I'm not being detracted or distracted into dispensing my energy, whether it's sexual energy, whether it's time energy, resources, focus, emotional baggage. I'm just in a very clear state of mind. And now that I have this clear state of mind, I'm ready to meet with somebody, start dating again, feel the joy again about dating. For about a whole year, I didn't even want that. That was the last thing I wanted. I had no emotional space for it. And one of my mentors actually said that. He goes, you can't force a relationship. All you can do is, open space for one and let it happen. So today I'm going to give you some ways to understand, as to see if you are in fact in the right decision here. All right, so here we go. Well, understand that in the past, Friends with Benefits was more things that winners did. Winners were more interested in Friends with Benefits because it kind of added to validation. You're cool. You're able to have control of your emotions. There's no strings attached to you. No one tells you what to do. So in the past, Friends with Benefits was more of a common reality. Now, in today's world, we're moving away from that, because social media, the way we connect with each other, our ability to understand things at a higher level is so fast that, that kind of world, like people, just sleeping around, the Tinder hookup world, it's not that it doesn't exist as much that it's becoming sort of passe, okay? In today's world, it's more about truly becoming a winner on all levels, getting that fulfillment, getting that level of accomplishment, the elusiveness, that which is difficult to obtain. Where Friends with Benefits was difficult to obtain back then, today it's a more easy commodity to obtain, and now true inner victory is the way it is now. Okay, yeah, again, some people still want to have Friends with Benefits, and that's very cool. There's nothing wrong with that, in the sense that it's always going to exist for the most part. It's part of art. There's three things in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He goes, there's three primary powerful drives. There's faith, love, and sex. So, I mean, it's always going to be there. It's just that currently we're living in an age where we're becoming more enlightened and it's less cool or trendy to be friends with benefits. Okay, so the first thing that you want to look for when to cut it off, friends with benefits, is if you see no future. You see no future. In other words, you in your heart of hearts know that you're going to call it off on some level. You could even flirt with the idea that you're going to marry them or whatever, but on some level, like, it's not making sense on a cellular level. I don't know. I mean, when it goes deep down, you got to know, like, deep within yourself, you got to be able to see, is there a future with this person or is there not? You know, are you excited about a future with them? If there's not, that's one good sign you're not supposed to be with this person. More than sex. Do you have more than sex with them? In other words, if you stopped having sex, right, that's why it's good to be celibate, because if you took away the sex, because I understand, obviously, if you're in a friends with benefits relationship, the chance of you having good sex is high, right? That's why you're in it. Now, what if you took that out? Or do you like the same interest? Can you develop beyond that? Do you have development can the relationship develop without that one variable? Can other areas of your relationship develop, whether it's knitting, whether it's pottery, whether it's business, whether it's working out, whatever it is, is there other elements that can develop besides sex? Okay, if no, then you probably don't have more than sex with them. Is the energy toxic? Are you bringing toxic energy into that relationship? Are you telling that person mean things? Are you jealous? Are you bringing them down? Are you building them up? See, if you're not creating energy in the relationship at all, majority of the time, if it's not really enhancing both of your lives, or one of you is pulling down the other, or not really concerned if you're being fruitful, this is a very good sign that you need to walk away. Productivity. How is this relationship affecting you productivity? Is your performance at work going down? Is it going up? Do you feel like knowing them is just really healthy for you? Do you feel like you could even have kids with this person, right? Producing even literally another life, right? Is your monetary life improving, or is it just getting in a hole? Are you chasing people away because they're sensing that you're different, that maybe they're triggering a lot of your emotional trauma or wounds or stuff like this? So where's your productivity going because of this relationship? If it's decreasing, if there's a significant pattern of decrease, this is a very good sign. Again, you need to cut it. Okay, guidance. Look for guidance. It can be spiritual, professional, and your own gut call, like I said at the beginning. What does your gut say about this relationship? What do you know at your deepest level? If you talk to a counselor, there's so many apps now, you can get some free counseling, can get counseling at a lower cost. There's really no excuse. There's videos like this, guidance, professional guidance, and also spiritual guidance. Who go to church, see what your pastor says what your priest says. It doesn't matter. What is your real, sincere, highest level self? What do your professional teachers, coaches say about this relationship? And if you open up sincerely to people that want to help you, it's a good chance. And then take some of their advice. Don't just, listen to it and then throw one ear out the other. Like, really look to do the hard work and actually apply it. Okay? And then understand what your must-haves and your deal breakers are. If this person is, for my must-haves are fitness, faith, and family. Those are must-haves for me. That this person have an important value system that is integrated in that. Even freedom, having the understanding of freedom. In a relationship, people a lot of times want to control, and that's understandable because of their own insecurities or their own intimacy, and that's good. And then there's an aspect of freedom, like understanding that sometimes people need a lot of leeway to develop who they are, to come back richer for it. So there's for me, fitness, family, faith, freedom. These elements are very important that a person has. What about you? What are your must-haves? what are your deal breakers? For me, one of my deal breakers, my main one is negativity, victim mentality, like being just always seeing pessimism, always being the person that needs to be, right, can't be, they need to be corrected, they're wronged all the time, negativity. So that's my number one deal breaker. Like, just no. Like, that, if someone has these patterns of not contributing good energy or good vibes or good words or says toxic things out of their mouth, deal breaker. I don't care. I don't care if they have these other 4, deal breaker. You see what I'm saying? So is this person, you got to write these down, okay? And then what are you doing? Are you breaking your own deal breakers? Like, are you not in, like, I'm into fitness, I'm into faith, family, and I'm gonna spend some time with my family today. And, I meditated today, I was working out all week. So and I'm into studying and applying things to get me more freedom. So I'm becoming the person that I want to attract, and I'm very mindful as to not give negativity out. So see how I'm becoming the person I want. So are you doing the same thing? Okay. And then understand that the most common mistakes with someone like this is, you hear this great stuff, you hear all these little tips, and you just continue, doing what you were doing. Okay. So I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe and share this video. This is Jacob Adams signing off. We'll see you next time. Bye.